Hey everybody, this is Maple Notchman again, and I am reviewing the easiest ways to gather materials for engineering. So the second way that I like to gather manufactured materials is hitting up the high-grade emissions. Pretty common, everybody knows about it. But I'm just going to give you a quick little tutorial as to how I do it. So there's usually only two types of high-grade emissions that I will go farm, okay? See, these high-grade emissions, they vary what they'll actually give you depending on what the conditions are in the system and what kind of system it is. So one of the places I like to go is, for when you're doing your armor and hull reinforcements, you need those core dynamic composites. So the best place to get those, pretty much the only place to get those, is in a federal system with either a boom or a none state and high population and in high-grade emissions. Okay, so Okanura and Nanomam are luckily two of our systems that pretty much always have them. So go check it out. And there's a couple different ways you can find the high-grade emissions. The first one is you can go into the nav beacon and scan it, and that will show all signal sources in the system. I'm going to filter by signal sources here. Okay, I haven't done that. So another way is using your FSS. So I will just hop into the FSS, ping the system, move the tuner down here to the left end, and then I'm going to start looking for high-grade emissions. Encoded, convoy, encoded, encoded. I do the same thing when I'm doing a mission that has signal sources. You can find those this way too, except for they will show up orange or brown. Weapons fire. Ooh, okay. Come on, where's the high-grade emissions? If you don't find high-grade emissions and you suspect, oh, there's one, and you suspect there should be, you can try jumping in and out of the system, and that will reset it, and then scanning again. Now, if you look up at this one, there's only 9.5 minutes remaining. I think I want a little bit more time than that, so I am going to look for one that's going to last a little longer. Because you got to remember, it might, sometimes these high-grade emissions like to be out in the middle of nowhere, so it could take you, 5 minutes to get there, right? So, so you want one that has, a good 15, 20 minutes left on it. Okay, we've identified all the signals in here. We just have that one. I guess that one will be good enough to show you guys how to farm them, since I don't actually need to farm them. So come down to your list, find high grades. You could have targeted it from the FSS, that's fine. So we're going to set it's 4.37 thousand light seconds, so we're going to set course for it. Hopefully we make it on time. And once we drop into it, I will be right back at you. Make sure that you have your collector limpets on a fire group. Okay, so I'm bringing a collector limpet controller. I'm an ASP Explorer, by the way. Basically, I've got a size 3B collector limpet controller, and then I use the size 5 for my FSD booster, and then I use the size 6 on this thing for cargo hull. Then I've got 64 limpets. That's going to be a ton. That's plenty, more than we'll need. So I will be right back as soon as we drop into this high-grade emission. All right, we're back. We are on approach to the high-grade emissions in Super Cruise. Remember your 7-second, 75% throttle rule. Try to stay at 7 seconds. 6 is the absolute max fastest approach, or else you're going to overshoot. So we should be dropping in here momentarily. We have 5 minutes left on our high-grade emission. This should be plenty of time. Hopefully. We're just about there. So to reset these, like I said, you can jump out of the system, jump back in to get more. There is the logout method that you can use to basically save this high grade and reuse it over and over. And that was kind of the reason why we were looking at the time. Okay, we're going to drop in. Okay, so what we're going to do is, without targeting anything, we're going to deploy our 2 collector limpets. Then we're going to get a little closer and open our cargo scoop. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have my cargo scoop turned off, I think. So we're going to have to go turn it on. Okay. Now we'll open our cargo scoop. Now, in the federal spots, you're going to get some core dynamic composites and some proprietary composites. Proprietaries are the grade 4. So you're not just going to get grade 5s only. This one we got kind of lucky and we got grade 5s only. That's great. Oh, looks like I lost a collector. Wow, that's alright. No big deal. We got lots of limpets. Okay, so we're done scooping. There's nothing left in here. We got quite a few core dynamic composites, which is grade 5. You get 3 per pickup. So I'm going to exit to desktop. So exit completely to your desktop without, we didn't jump out, we didn't do anything, just exit completely out. And I will come back on the video as soon as I'm back in the game. Alright guys, we're logging into the game again. So we exited completely to the desktop. We're going to go continue, we'll just go into solo play. And this is going to drop us into regular space, okay? And we're just going to be, now we're in the middle of regular space. We're not in the high grade emission anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the throttle at 0. We're going to charge Super Cruise and then hit boost in order to jump, okay? And what this does is this will catapult us into Super Cruise without putting us at full throttle. And so our distance will be much less than it normally would. Okay, so if you have signal sources turned on and you go to your nav panel, you'll see the signal source that's right next to us. This is our high grade emission that we were just in. So we're going to loop back around. Boom, drop back in. And we're just going to rinse and repeat. So I'm going to launch 2 collectors. Speed up a little bit, get over here to where the things are at. And deploy my cargo scoop. And let's see. Yeah, we got 1 core dynamic composites and 2 proprietary. So basically you just sit and rinse and repeat this. And you can fill up pretty quick. I think, you know, usually a 20-minute high grade for the core dynamic composites should get you your 100. You don't necessarily need that many unless you're doing a whole bunch of hull reinforcements. So yeah, so this is the core dynamic composites. Now, for the other one that I like to do, which is Imperial shielding, the advantage of farming the Imperial shieldings is that all that spawns in the high grade is just Imperial shielding. So you could get 3 of them, you could get 5 of them, you could get 7 or 8 of them, which means that you're really getting, you know, 21 or, you know, more. So if you get 8 of them, you know, 8 times 3 is 24, right? So, so yeah, so if you're just going to farm stuff to trade, then you want to go after the Imperial shielding, and you get those in any Imperial system with boom or none states that that have high-grade emissions. So what I do, and I'll show you just a sec, I go over to EDDB and I look it up. So let me show you how to do that. All right, so I am over on EDDB's website. What I do is I go to Systems, and then for reference system, I'll just put in like Okanura or someplace that's nearby where I'm at. Allegiance, you want Empire. because we're looking for Imperial shieldings. Faction state, you could either put boom or none. I'm just going to put boom. Then I'm going to find systems. And then I'm going to search by population. And I'm going to sort, so it's high population. Usually these really high populations, I don't have very good luck with those. So what I'll do is I'll look for something that's kind of nearby. Like how about this one? How about 76 Sigma Ceti? It's only 76 light years or 78 light years. Population of 4 billion, so it's a big system. Probably going to have high-grade emissions, I would guess. So basically, hop over here, see if you find some high grades. If not, find another one that's close by until you find the high grades. And then, like I said, you go through the same process. You're going to get Imperial shieldings, and you can fill up on 100 Imperial shieldings really fast. Like, we're talking less than 10 minutes. And those are awesome to take to the material trader. And you can get your pharmaceutical isolators, your configurable components, or whatever the grade 5 is for that row. You can get all that stuff with those. Yeah, so definitely hit up the Imperial shielding, load up on those. All right. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in Discord. Have a good one.